Another option for multifamily is, security patrols. That's actually how we or myself got our start into the security industry was with a company. We started offering security patrols, and some of the good things about security patrols is they're typically uh, cost effective. They're usually cheaper, but there's a ton of limitations, limited coverage. There's time gaps. If you're actually experiencing real crime, I don't recommend security patrols. I think security patrols are good to just kind of maintain your property and make sure that there's not a whole lot going on. Patrols work really well for noise complaints, potentially removing folks from uh, amenity spaces. Security patrols work really well for that. So, but not a whole lot of proactiveness there. It's usually in a reactive. Typically, they're randomized. What we always recommended, if you stick to a schedule, if you've got folks on the property, they know what time you're coming, what time you're leaving. There's a lot of technology out there today that, from GPS tracking to report writing, that can give you some good statistics and analytics on your site and what's going on. Definitely recommend, partnering with a good company that has those tools to make sure that you're getting the reports that you want. I love Paul Blart, great movie, great story there. Traditional security guards, typically, the situation is so challenging. Typically, it's in security, a lot of what we do is overnights, and unfortunately, it's just hard to find good people that want to work overnights, and so you have some complacency issues. Sometimes there's just some phenomenal people out there that are working, doing a great job, but they're just overtired. They're working additional jobs. Maybe it's their second or possibly even third job. There's lots of technology distractions for us as humans these days. With iPhones and tablets and such, as far as watching a Netflix movie, or streaming the interwebs, or checking up their Instagram profiles, or whatever it may be. And a lot of times it's hard to keep people on task and keep that vigilance that you want. And so a lot of times, people end up spending a lot of money without a ton of results. And so we'll talk more about that here in a few. Applications where security guards do make sense. High profile properties, events. One thing I think is that will never go away is security guards for events. You got to have a human there to run a metal detector, make sure that people don't have pocket knives or guns or such coming into an event. I always feel safer whenever I go through a metal detector, and there's security when I go to an event. So they also can support video monitoring, so proactive video monitoring. Some of our properties have on-site guards encompassed with what we do. It typically, is an expensive option, but it can definitely work, in tandem. So the solution that we want to talk to you guys about today is proactive video monitoring and how it works. So we either take over or install IP cameras on your property. And so what that means is these are hardwired cameras. They run on Cat5, Cat6 cable. The connection speeds are really fast. They give us a great image, 2K, 4K, just, a great image quality there. And it's combined with live humans. We call them agents that monitor footage for our team. So with artificial intelligence today, we can set the parameters and the settings on those cameras, and we can tell them exactly what we're looking for. So we meet with property managers, investors, the client side, to find out, what are their issues and challenges. Maybe it's just homeless or transients, but we'll set those AI parameters up to make sure that we're going to have success in what we're trying to deter or intervene with. So our cameras and our systems have LED lights. They also have an audio piece to that, which we have a 120 decibel siren, which we can make contact, two-way talk. We can actually talk to the person of interest on the site, which is pretty exciting. And we have the ability to contact local law enforcement or potentially the private security company that you've contracted with. Real quick, what it looks like, the camera up there to the right, similar to a Defender series of cameras that we use. You can see the LED lights. So when somebody walks into an area, those lights come on. You see our mobile trailers down here. This is more for construction. commercial real estate, builders, developers, those types of folks where they don't have any power or internet. Those are great options. But we'll start here on the AI tripwire. That's where all the magic happens. Like I said, we program those cameras based on the specifics of the property. There's a push to our monitoring agents. And so what's really cool is this happens with less than 3 seconds with our team. Our agent is able to assess the situation and analyze the threat level and make a real-time decision. So at that point, is this a person nefarious? Are they up to no good? Is it just a resident going to their car? You know, our agents are highly trained, and they've been doing this for over 3 years now and do a phenomenal job of deterring that, making that real-time decision. So that's important. So there's a lot of, other companies out there that are in the proactive video monitoring space, but our team has a lot of experience with multifamily. We know what to look for. We know what not to look for. So that's key. We want to deter and intervene. So for most of the property managers that I meet with and might talk with, there's nothing more frustrating than having an event on your property whether it's car break-ins or it's vandalism or just property damage in itself. We want to deter that from actually happening. And we have a 98% success rate in doing that. And so properties that bring on Overwatch see crime reduced down 98%, which is exciting. And it's just, folks know they're being seen. They know they're being watched. They know there's a proactive system in place to actually stop crime from happening. So we just want to prevent it from happening. A lot of, existing old CCTVs, camera systems. You may get that footage, but typically it's grainy. You can't get a license plate number. You got to spend 9 hours. We met with somebody last week that spent 9 hours trying to find a property manager that spent 9 hours trying to find, license plates and footage. Couldn't find anything. It's just a mess. You turn that over to law enforcement. They're not really going to do anything with it anyways. They don't have the time or the resources. And so the best investments you can make is in a proactive crime deterrent system, which is what we offer at Overwatch. So just to kind of recap, we use live humans that are supported by AI software. We've got some incredible agents that work for our company and do a phenomenal job. There's an immediate interaction. It's a quick engagement, either with law enforcement or security guard. Most importantly, it's cost effective and it's scalable. So some of our properties have 8 cameras. Some of our properties have 80 cameras. It just kind of depends on the size of the property, what's needed, how bad of a situation you're currently in, and how we can scale quickly there. One of the cool things, you see the operator over here to the right, we patch in with your security guard company. We have a live 2-way radio communication with them. And so when we see something going on, we're communicating with them literally within seconds to get a guard dispatched out there or a courtesy patrol headed that way. And a lot of properties, are moving towards proactive video monitored, encompassed with courtesy patrols. And we are saving people 60 to 80% on their security budgets, which is just mind blowing. So that's awesome. Our agents, they're just incredible people. We focus on hiring people that can take an incident from end to end. What that means is they get that AI trip. They have the ability to process it. They can call law enforcement. They can make contact through the 2-way radio. Our agents are paid extremely well. We actually bonus and give our agents incentives to actually stop crime. So we've created a competitive environment. Our agents are working daytime hours, so they're fully caffeinated. They're jacked up. They're excited, just like I am here today. While they're on shift, it's a great environment for folks to work in, and we've just got some incredible results of what that looks like. So we talked about that. Environment, culture's fun, exciting. Our team's paid with benefits and paid holidays and all the good stuff that you'd expect. So that's important. We talked about the application as a primary security measure. Guards and support, they use a 2-way talk down feature. That's really important because we have the ability to put eyes on these folks, so we identify them. So let's say we're at a multifamily property, we're in a back alleyway. We got somebody that's coming up. You'll see some of our videos here in a few minutes, but let's say they're pushing a bicycle or they've got a bag. So we identify them by saying, hey, you with the bicycle, how can we help you? We start off in a customer service, forward-facing conversation. Typically at that point, once they know we recognize them, we've identified them, hey, you in the gray shirt, um, they typically, have to make a game time decision. They know that we've identified them. If they're up to kind of nefarious activity, if they're planning on doing a break-in, typically they're just going to leave. They're going to go to somebody else's property or site that doesn't have proactive video monitoring. They don't want to mess with that. It's too complicated. It's too challenging. When you're a criminal, you got one goal. That's to get in, get the score, do what you got to do, and get out. And so it's cool that we have the direct connection with either law enforcement or security to get folks out there really quickly. I want to show you guys a quick video here. This is on a multifamily commercial site. So obviously this person shouldn't be there at this time. So the event is pushed immediately to our team. Our team's reaching out to law enforcement. Law enforcement's on the site. They come out and they remove the person from the property. It's a trespasser, there's a loiter. It's another example. Another trespasser shouldn't be at this site. This person was causing problems on the site, trash on the site, defecating on the site, all these different things as a property owner that you just don't want happening on your property. So more of a nuisance than anything, but we're able to remove those folks.